Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of a Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously on Tavern Tales, the Stonehammers have set to help the mushroom-farming Numblefoots rebuild while waiting for lunch, and now Oscar looks into the mystery of the Black Egg.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
So all the way up to lunch, Tessakar is just finding things to fix. As many good deeds he can perform. That'd be great.
I will actually go assist fixing the thatch. So I'm going to climb up the ladder with one thatch.
Smart,
thing.
because then you
One
can get
thatch.
up the ladder.
One single thatch.
Yeah. In your teeth.
Don't worry, I got this one.
3 points of contact, everyone.
I'm looking for Pjorven. Pjorven is his name. I got a question about this little egg thing.
One of the heads pops up, and he says, "Yeah, Pjorven's my dad. He's down there on the ground."
Well, I was... okay.
You got an egg? We're laying thatch.
Yeah, I found it a while back from a thing.
Okay.
I'm going to climb down the ladder now.
You're still going to hold the thatch?
In my teeth, yes.
Did you really take just a single thing?
I took a bale.
A bale.
bale.
Okay, so you're not keeping the bale in your teeth. Do you put the bale down, or did you just bring it back down?
I put it down, and then I go back down the ladder.
Okay. So it's not nearly as comedic as I expected it to be.
At least I didn't try and carry two up.
The moment Oscar steps foot on the ground, you are handed another bale of thatch.
Just throw it up, man.
I'll do an athletics check to heave it up. And
That
see.
will be a very difficult check. You're tossing a batch of thatch. About 20 to 30 feet up.
I'll climb and put
right.
it back. And then when I hit the ground, I cross my arms, holding my shoulders so they can't give me one. It'll just bounce off and hit the ground.
It does.
Okay, good.
It hits the ground, and all three of the guys who are bringing the thatch over to the ladder look at you with dumbfound shock. Look at the thatch and look at you.
I'm looking for Pjorven. I have a question about the egg. There is no time for thatch. This big.
He's not good with size.
Don't worry, it'll fit.
Are you Pjorven?
Pjorven's cutting thatch.
Can you point me in the general area of where Pjorven would be cutting thatch?
He points off into this row of wheat that's standing over there, and he points off to that area.
I will head over to that area.
There is one guy with a scythe cutting down dry grasses, and another guy wrapping them, tying them off with some twine, and doing something else over top of them with his hand. You're not too sure. You're not acquainted with roofing or with carpentry or with not stealing things, and this is none of those things. So,
excuse me. Are you Pjorven?
the guy who's waving his hand over the thatch looks up and he says, "Yeah, I am. What's it to you?"
I hear you're an expert on things.
"Oh!" And he sees the egg you're holding in your hands. "What's that?" And his eyes light up and he looks excited.
What can you tell me about this black egg?
"Where'd you get it?"
I found it
"Where?"
on the road.
"Yeah, that's a lie. You didn't find it on no road."
Well, after it came out of the bugbear, it was on the road.
No, wait. Bugbear? Bugbears don't lay eggs.
Owl bear. They're all bears to me.
Son, you've got a lot of learning in the world to do.
Yeah, it's a tough one out there.
An owlbear, you say, hey, an owlbear laid that egg. Normally, an owlbear egg's about 4 times that size, about 36 pounds, and is about 28 inches in diameter. but that is not an owlbear egg.
Sure. What is it then?
Why? Could you tell me more about how you got it?
I don't remember.
Huh. Is that just Aaron not remembering? Or
I honestly don't remember.
does anybody remember exactly
Was it
what
one
his
of the-
fucking
Wasn't
character
it pooped
did?
out?
No, it was in the cave,
It was
wasn't
inside.
No, it was
No, it
inside
wa-
the
inside the
owlbear.
owlbear.
It was inside the owl
Yeah, it was
bear.
an extra
Yeah.
egg behind the other egg that
You
was
guys
laid.
like cut it out of it.
Oh, I
No,
remember.
yeah, cut it out.
Birthed
I
It
remember-
It never birthed the black
No,
one.
because I stabbed it, and then it like eviscerated over me. Ah, okay. It's all
Well, you were cutting it open.
it all horrifyingly is coming back to me
Yeah.
now. So it was inside the owl bear, like in its.
How'd you come by this egg?
Well, we were fighting an owl bear,
As one does.
and then I stabbed it and cut it open, and then
Wow.
I saw it.
And you lived to tell the tale. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Where'd you stab the owlbear?
in the stomach or region.
Huh. Was the owlbear laden?
Was it laid in an egg? I don't know.
No, was it delivering eggs? Had it been impregnated and had been delivering? Was it?
I
It's a valid question. Don't look at me like that.
Whatever happened before. We came after that fact.
Were there other eggs? Is what I'm saying.
Yes, there are other eggs.
How many?
5 total, including mine.
That is interesting. Let me see this egg of yours.
I slowly hand it to him.
He takes it, looks it all over very gently, looks at it, puts it between the sun and himself, and he looks at it. His eyes go wide at that, and he knocks on it several times very gently. He puts his ear to it for a moment, smells it, and that seems like a strange action. His eyes, you get that little look from when he smells it, and then he reverently passes it back to you. And he says, I'd really like to see these other owlbear eggs.
Sure. I'm sure there are many questions we all have about the eggs.
If I'm right, this might not actually be an owlbear, but something else.
Very interesting. What usually lays black, medium-sized eggs?
That was created by the owlbear.
But you're saying it couldn't be, it might not be an owl bear?
Well, I mean, it'll have owlbear parentage, but it is probably not an owlbear.
Oh, all right. This has been most enlightening. Thank you.
Yes, let's talk after lunch. Will the other eggs be there?
I'm sure they'll make an appearance at some point.
Oh, lovely.
Just relax.
I can't wait. He goes back to waving his hands over the thatch. Yeah, not like Karate Kid wax on, wax off, but like really weird and kind of gross waving. Like way too much finger action, not epileptic fit waving.
How about you show us?
Why does that? I will tell you with words.
But we're not getting it. Like that? Like a piano?
There's excess finger waving. Like he's conducting
Okay.
an orchestra, and he doesn't know how to do that. But he does seem to be acting with purpose.
Tessakar before lunch wants to go and find some berries
How does Tessakar do that?
with a spell.
Oh, you have a spell for locating berries? What
I'm-
spell do you have that
I
locates
thought I had
berries?
I might have a druid cantrip.
Okay. Whilst you look that up, Oscar has done all of his various things. Fogram is working hard. Can you give me another die roll?
Have a good old 7.
That is...
I'm tired and I need lunch.
It's just enough, actually, to light that. You're not really doing hard work. It only takes a 5. It's not hard for you to get the job done. You lay the thatch, but you realize that even though you're proficient with carpentry tools, it's not helping much. Given that you're constantly at war with your balance and being up high, amongst other possible things, like trying to figure out your own answer to the joke so you can be part of the group. Does Fogram come up with an answer to the joke? Good or bad? Remember, even a bad answer is probably funny.
Nope, he doesn't.
I was going to say I probably set you up for failure on that one. I'm bad.
Really? Okay. If you feel that way.
Do you have an answer?
Sure. What was the exact wording of the joke again?
A goblin, a bugbear, and a gnome are on a roof.
You'd think that it made more noise.
Damn. That's fair. That's good. You earned that.
Here, have a jam.
Have a jam.
See?
Oh, bird.
I'm sad now.
Well, they're going to do the rest of whatever they're going to do behind closed doors. But we're going to do the rest of what we're going to do on the internet.
Sounds like a
I
great
thought that
idea.
was going to go somewhere better,
No.
but your characters all have lunch.
Yay!
Finally.
Oh, did I find my berries?
Why don't you give me a nature check to see if
You found the berries all right.
you found
I got your blueberry right here.
two berries.
I want to find more berries than
Of
that.
course you do.
This is a good deed that I'm trying to do for my sister.
Absolutely. Yes, you think of your sister long and hard. Now, I hear that you are rolling more than one die.
Guidance!
So you're praying to your
Go to God.
for help in this manner.
Yes.
You pass through the cornfields and come upon a small river. There is a thicket of tempting berries just down the way, down the little embankment right at the river itself. The ground is marshy and there is a smell in the air. It's peaty. It's kind of dark. It's not a good smell. Aaron, can you describe that smell for me further?
It's kind of musty, like stale water as well.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Yeah. Anything to add to that, Allison?
You can like smell the water. Like I don't know, it's best to like describe it. Almost like rain, but not as fresh. You
Okay.
can just
Yeah,
smell
yeah,
water.
Like rain in the swamp sort of thing.
Yeah.
How it brings all those spores up into the air and you just get that smell of decay.
It's dank.
But those berries, they're growing out of this horrible, gross, algae-laden water that the river has done an offshoot into. And these berries are thick and juicy. And they're just like, what color are the berries, Marie-Claire?
They are a mauve.
But they shine and have that like luscious, plump, they just look perfect and ripe.
I just don't want her to die because these berries are poisonous. That's the only thing that's going through my mind right now. I'm like, are those berries going to kill her because they're in the swamp?
I mean, there's a river nearby.
Are there berries by the river and not by the swamp?
It seems to be this is the only place where there are berries.
Okay, fine. I'll pick the berries.
I mean, you could try one to see if they're at all bad. Or are these only for your sister?
I'm going to go pick the berries.
Okay. Yeah, you pick the berries. There are large thorns that look like they would stab or strike at anyone who would pick these berries, but you don't have any problem picking, a good handful of berries. How many do you think your sister would want?
Try to grab like 8.
Oh, absolutely. You get 8 with no issue at all. Do you go for any more?
No, I think I'm good.
Perfect. Yep. You withdraw with your 8 delectable berries.
Awesome. And you said I walked through a cornfield, right?
Yep.
Can I grab a head of corn?
You may not grab a head of corn because that is not a
Their
thing.
ears.
Ear of corn?
But you may definitely get an ear of corn.
Right. I'm a farmer. Remember this.
An appendage of corn.
You,
boy.
you actually grew up on a farm, Chelsea.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
if you
They
need to be
didn't grow
reminded
corn
that.
though, to be fair.
Yeah, we did.
Did? Oh, I was trying to help you. I take it back.
I know. So I'm going to grab, can I grab like a couple ears of corn?
Yeah, sure. You're not too sure if the corn is ready yet, but it is the top hottest part of summer. Maybe this corn is ready. You're not too sure.
Okay. I will grab a couple ears of corn too.
Okay. Snap
And-
those off.
And then I'm heading back. I walk up to the house.
All right. You arrive at the house just as a matronly, older, gnomish lady steps out and rings a giant triangle. Ding-a-ling, ding-ding, ding-a-ling, ding-ding. And she says at the top of her gnomish voice, "Food!" And then she just promptly, smartly turns and stomps back into the kitchens.
I like it. quick and to the point.
I'm gonna go find my sister.
All right, you rush into the house laden with berries to find your sister. Fogrim, everyone is fighting to get down the ladder first.
Oh, I'm gonna beat them to it.
Oh my, okay.
I'm gonna
what sort of-
stop mid thatch, like I don't even finish.
Yeah.
Like there's just
No one else,
Yeah.
everyone stops mid-thatch.
Yeah, and just rush like without falling down, but like carefully, because I'm bigger than them.
Yeah.
So
What sort of skill check are you going to make to be the first down the ladder?
like I want to push them out of the way, but I don't want to
my.
push them off the roof.
Oh my.
I was gonna like
So it's like a strength athletics challenge to
Yeah.
me.
because I was gonna do like George Costanza when there's the fire and he pushes all of the people. That's me.
In order to be first, you'll need an 18 strength athletics check. However, if you miss that 18 by 5 or more, you will have hurt someone.
Can I use a gem for me to just do it?
If you use
automatically?
gem, you can have advantage, yeah.
That means I get 2 dice, and I pick my
Absolutely,
favorite
you have
one.
advantage. Roll them both.
Oh no, 17.
So it's not an 18.
It's not.
But-
I'm off by 1.
Yeah. So you didn't push anyone off the edge
Yay.
because you're not the first one down.
Hmm.
You are the second person down.
That's acceptable.
This other gnome who beat you, he was closer to, throws his hammer down or whatever he was using to get the thatch attended, does a backflip. He goes down the struts of the ladder, not the rungs. Just grabs either side, feet on the outsides, just slides down, does a back roll off of the ladder itself when he hits the ground, comes up, and he's ahead of everyone who was at the bottom of the ladder on the way in.
I'm going to do the same thing except no backflip. Just
Oh
slide
my.
down.
You land with a loud thwomp and pick yourself up, move those little arms and legs into the home of the Numblefoots. Now, I will point out one thing that's great to you all is that your characters are in a gnomish farm. So everything actually seems a little small to you, unlike normal life for all of you having been in human establishments and human civilizations. Rush in, frog legs, and split piece soup for lunch. Table is set, huge table for a bunch of gnomes and 5 guests. They've got you set up further down on your own.
Isn't it
as a group
weird
of you.
how that it always feels like there's way more frog legs than there is like the rest of the frog?
And that silence is what greets Melusine when she makes that comment. As she sits down, no, everyone gives her the look. And a big plate of frog legs is served out to the 5 of you first, and a big tureen of split piece soup is put before you first as guests, especially heroic guests that have returned to Talia, are served first. And there's a big speech by Older Paw Numblefoot welcoming you all and thanking you, especially for your help and endeavors today in doing all of the things that you needed to do. And lunch is good. Before the frog legs are passed to you, Eldeth, something happens.
Tessakar quickly gets up and goes over to Eldeth, who's probably just a couple chairs down because she probably wouldn't want to sit beside him. Silly sibling rivalry. Goes up to Eldeth, holding his berries and a few corn cobs. Not those berries.
Not that corn cob.
Yeah. He puts them down in front of Eldeth.
Here you go. I found some berries by the river. I'm not sure if they're safe to eat, but I figured you like to eat that instead of frog legs. I don't know if you can tell if they're bad or not, but ta-da!
And then he also puts down a corn cob.
I also don't know if that's ripe, but ta-da!
That's very kind of you, Tessakar. I do appreciate it, seeing as you're the one who's turned me off of frog legs, so that's kind of nice.
You can see Tessakar keeps trying to reach for one of those berries and then holding himself back from eating them.
Tessakar, would you like one of the berries that you picked for me because you made me sick when I want to eat frog legs?
Question. Can I use my poisoner's kit to see if the berries are poisonous by chance?
Are you going to take a berry?
Sure.
Okay.
Whoa. Who said you could have one of
Oh,
these berries?
he's got a poison kit. I remember this. He used to do this all the time.
And I got magic.
Oh, can you tell? Because I also got magic juices.
I can detect poison.
Oh, well then detect the poison.
Do you have that prepared?
Yes.
No.
All right.
Okay, but if you try and test this for poison, does that mean you're going to want one?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. Roll a d20. You have your poisoner's kit. You have to take a berry.
Guidance!
God, do you have to yell it every time?
Yeah. That's what makes it perfect.
Or otherwise he can't hear you?
Are you accepting guidance?
Hey, feel my inspiration.
How do you give your inspiration?
It's toxic.
I'm living
under. Taste medicine. Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear. I
No,
rolled.
he
It
rolls
took me
it.
a second to figure out.
I will now tell you. This is game 4. You must now do something more connected with your dark god when you call out to offer guidance, rather than just yelling the word guidance. Because this is supposed to challenge people at the same time.
I have to sing. I don't know why I chose a bard, but you should bleat like a goat.
Everyone keeps saying when they play in my games, I don't know why I chose a bard.
It's because you're mean about it.
Do I add my proficiency bonus as well to it?
Yes, of course.
It makes me feel really special how many people are coming together to help
15?
me eat.
Wow. Yeah, that's exactly what you needed in order to determine that, no, these berries are not poisonous.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, thank you. Nom, 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 nom.
I'm going to say that you lost a berry to the poisoner's kit to determine whether or not it made the water turn blue. I don't know. You describe how the poisoner's kit works, actually.
So it's kind of got like a litmus paper thing, and I've got a litmus scale. So I cut one of the berries open, and I put the paper in, and I compare it to what's on the scale.
Okay.
I check its pH, as it were.
Very basic way to do things.
Ooh.
Oh,
Was that like an acid burn?
No, okay. No, it's too far. It's gone too far.
yeah, that's it.
All right, you're done. Yes.
I'm good.
That sounded great. Thank you for that color. How many berries? And you begin eating berries.
Mm-hmm.
The first berry is delicious.
It's nice and plump and juicy.
Yes. The second berry.
Is nice and plump and juicy.
And how many berries do you eat?
Well, I eat 2, and then they're fairly large,
Yeah,
and
they're
I have
pretty big.
I have a pretty small appetite, and I mean I have a raw piece of corn.
Was
Gotta-
there other things other than frog legs?
Oh, split pea soup.
Split pea
You
soup.
got a
Oh,
nice
that's also good.
head of corn, as it were.
You can
So-
see Tessakar's just staring at the remaining 5 berries.
Well, and
No, I'm not. I got frog legs.
Sorry, you
Stop
are-
metagaming for me.
You are just
Everybody just-
staring at the berries.
Deal with it.
I mean, your character's probably not even deliberately doing so. Your character is staring at the berries.
So after she has eaten her 2 berries, she looks at the remainder ones and her family and asks if they would like one as dessert.
Oh, that's so kind.
I'm good, thank you. I have nightmares about berries since the Captain Crunch Festival 4 years ago.
Uh-huh. Anyone else want a berry?
I'm too busy eating like so many frog legs, just all of the frog legs, like, and I'm not even paying attention to anything that's going on.
Okay. Oscar?
I am enjoying my soup.
Tessakar, I do really appreciate the berries, and that was really thoughtful of you. Would you like one?
I'll be good with one, yeah. Just one, though.
Okay.
Thank you.
And they sit and share a moment whilst they each eat a berry.
Yeah.
While we are eating, can I tell them what I have found out about...
Exposition? What? Yes.
Does your character say that?
Yeah.
Yay,
Your
exposition!
character's turning into Elan.
Yes. He is the best bard. You shut your mouth. Is it a tail?
No, not really. So I was in the kitchen while Ma Numblefoot was cooking, and, well, it was a pretty bad start because she was cooking frog... Never mind. So I kind of asked her about, our adventure and what we're doing here and why we're here, and it's not just for food and to help replace the village. But I did find out that apparently the Stonetooth Hill is to the north, just 1 day's travel.
Good job.
Gold star for me.
Lunch ends.
When she says gold star, prestidigitation, just a little star lights up right above her head.
Oh, that's nice. As plates are being carried away by industrious, gnomish family members of the Numblefoot clan, Pjorven immediately appears in a very creepy and very sudden way with a big smile on his face and says, I hear you got a bunch of eggs. Hey.
Sorry, who are you?
Oh, yeah, Pjorven, Numblefoot.
Want to try that one again?
No, he got it. Okay.
And what eggs do you speak of?
The owlbear eggs. Look, that guy right there, the black hair, he came over. He had a black egg. He said that there were 4 others that you actually found that an owlbear was laying. I totally got to see these.
You know, Oscar just really likes to make up stories sometimes.
Yeah. So you don't need any eggs?
Can I do a perception check on you?
It's like insight.
What are you looking
For-
for? That sounds like a weird question to ask.
No, this was Chelsea asking. Did I sound like an old crotchety man?
Yes.
Oh.
What do you want to perceive?
I want to see what your intentions are.
That's an
with-
insight check.
I want to do that.
Wait, what's your insight?
I have no pluses in insight.
Can
so
I
I
do
was,
it?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll an insight check. You may all roll an insight check.
'Cause I think we
Oh,
should.
look, you all succeed. He wants to know what
Oh.
he wants to see the goddamn eggs and talk about them.
But why?
Because he's the president of the Owlbear Egg Association. Thank you very much.
You all succeed because
Yay.
it's like difficulty 1. He wants to see the eggs and he wants to talk about them.
Yeah, got an egg right here.
So you guys fetch them off of the sofa or somewhere you've kept them off to the side.
I grab my
Put
eggs.
the 4 eggs on there.
Just don't hurt them.
No, I would never. I mean, this is a living thing. So, wow. And he picks up the eggs and he does the same thing he did with the black egg earlier. He checks them against the light to see movement inside. He taps them. He feels around the entirety of the egg. Oh, this one has a slight fissure. I would be really careful about this sort of thing. You want to be careful with these eggs. I think that you have about a month before they hatch. Yeah, their little things are growing pretty good inside there. If you want to look, you can see. And he holds one of the eggs up to the firelight, and you can actually, if you look with him, where his put your heads together, you can see. If anybody does.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm super interested.
All 5 heads together.
Yeah, everybody crowds together, and
Sure.
he's like, well, we just pass it here. You can each take an egg, and he shows you all how to look to see the light pass through the egg in such a way to see the little owlbear moving around inside the egg itself.
Cool.
You can hear it making movements, little sloshing sounds every now and again, little stomach grumbling sounds.
That's
and
cool.
all of the eggs are doing that, including the black egg.
Aw, they're all so cute.
You're all adventuring types. I wouldn't want to predispose you towards anything, but if you're planning on going on an adventure, I would not take these eggs with you. They're very fragile in the state where they are. If they were to break or hatch today, they would die. I would recommend most vociferously that you leave them here with me, and I will tend them. I will watch them and keep an eye on them, and then hopefully when you're back in a month's time or so, when the eggs hatch, you can be here for the hatching and the owlbear babies that come from that.
Just as a question, there are many species out there that imprint on a mother type figure. Do owlbears do that?
Allison, how do baby owlbears imprint on their mother?
By trying to do an impression of their mother. So they imitate everything they do, and just you say, do what I do, and then they copy you, but then they never stop.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
when you know the
Yeah.
impression has occurred,
Yes.
is they start to copy
Every
Copy
little
mommy,
thing you do. Yeah.
mommy or daddy,
Yeah.
whoever is their sole rearer. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add to how owlbears impress upon their mother?
I think it's the first physical contact.
Ooh, okay. I'll add that. That's fine, yeah.
It's usually
Physical
the butt
contact.
area, right?
The butt area?
Totally. Yeah.
Because the owlbear's sitting on the egg. you
Sure,
know?
Oh, I
yeah.
thought it was the sniffing.
Sniffing,
Oh,
sniffing
fine.
and butt area. A whole
So
butt.
like
There's a whole
dogs,
butt
they
thing.
sniff the butt.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
Sounds great to me.
Owl bird, owl bear, owl dog. What's the difference?
And this topic of conversation occupies you at length for the next day as you trek north towards the Stone Tooth.
Oh, thank God. We left the eggs, right?
That was up to you. I'm assuming probably you left the eggs. This guy
We knew he wasn't super sketchy, right?
He's definitely sketchy, but in that, like, he loves
Eggs way too much.
owlbear eggs. And
Like, how far does he love them?
I mean, he would probably host his own internet talk show on them and
Okay, but would it
YouTube channel for the
physically touch
discussion
them?
there.
like? I don't have to worry about him getting.
I
up
think
and
you've
close
gone
and
into the
personal.
realm of deviancy that I was trying to avoid.
He's just a nerd. I think that's what it is. He's
Yeah.
just really
He's really
nerdy.
creepy and weird, but not in a bad way. This is the sort of guy that you would be fine with meeting in a back alley late at night or walking by. This is not the sort of guy you want to accidentally bump into in the business book section at Chapters.
Okay.
He's the kind of guy that had no friends in high school because he was too nerdy about eggs.
I think he had one friend in high school, and it was the biology teacher,
Yeah.
because the biology teacher was paid to be friendly.
Yeah, I'm okay leaving the eggs with him.
What about the black one? I'm not so sure.
I kept the black one.
With you?
Yes.
I don't really recommend that. It is not a durable thing. If you encounter or run into any issues, you will
Kill it.
He does tell you that it's around the same time frame for hatching as the other owlbear eggs.
Fine. I'll leave it.
And you regret that decision your entire walk north towards the Stone of Tooth. Or the Tooth of Stone.
Hill,
Or
or-
the Stone Tooth. You're
Now
really
it's a
not too
hill?
sure exactly what it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. But I will read. You pass through brooding pine forests and deep vales. From where you stand now, you catch sight of a tall, steep hill that rises to a prominent bare knob of rock, the Stone Tooth. A thin spire of smoke rises from some unseen point high on the hill's slopes, and you can make out a steep, narrow road or track that runs back and forth across the face of the mountainside. And I will leave you with this for this game. You have several choices ahead of you. One of those choices was illuminated to you in your vision as to what you need to do next. We will do the vision and recap what you see in front of you at the next game.
Oh, we made it to the thing.
We had lunch. We accomplished so much.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure. I don't know if you guys saw it on Facebook, but I made up the bestest of jokes. You did? Yes, because I was at the department store, and I saw that they had a Rolex for sale there.
I did see that.
Really, really cheap, like ridiculously cheap. I was like, this is a ridiculous price, and the clerk was like, yeah, no, that's the price. It's not a lie. That is the price of the watch. So I bought it, and I was super happy with it. As you can see, it worked for 20 minutes and then never worked again. And I realized that the sale was a limited time offer.
Yes. I'm mad at it.
That's actually really funny.
Should have heard me tell my coworker. And my coworker was like, so did you return the watch? I was like,
At least I'm better than
and I told her, I'm like, I couldn't. It was a limited time offer. And she's like, yes, but it still stopped working. You should get your money back. And I was like, yeah, I can't. It was a limited time offer. And she's like, wait. And she still didn't quite get it. I had to explain it. And then she laughed and was mad. And then she said, I'm going to tell my boyfriend this, and he is going to be mad too.